What if the cold wasn't here to break you, but to build you? Somewhere wasn't here to break you. What if the cold wasn't here to break you, but to build you? Somewhere in the heart of America, maybe a back road in Montana, maybe a small apartment in Detroit. Someone just like you is standing by a window, watching snow fall against the glass. The world outside is frozen still, quiet, almost lifeless. But inside that person, something small and defiant is flickering, a spark refusing to go out. That's what this winter really is. Not punishment, not pause, but a forge. The kind of silence that doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means everything is beginning. Because when the wind howls and the sky turns gray, when the world hides indoors, that's when the strongest people are made. That's when the average give up and the extraordinary get to work. And maybe that's you. Maybe this year, this season, this frozen stretch of months is where you stop surviving and start becoming. So let me ask you, when the snow melts, who will? Winter can feel like a heavy silence after holiday chaos. And sometimes that quiet loneliness twists our thoughts. You might find yourself thinking, this snow and ice is a prison. But listen closely. Even the Midwest frontiersfolk who weathered polar nights discovered something profound. Adversity can be the furnace that forges strength. Psychologists define resilience as a process of adapting well in the face of adversity. And that is exactly the power you're about to unlock. Imagine a farmer in Ohio facing a spring thaw ruined by frost. In the moment, the situation seems hopeless. But if he shifts perspective, he sees lessons in each frozen crop and uses that time to repair fences, sharpen tools, and prepare for next year. In much the same way, winter is not simply the end of one chapter, it is training for the next. It is the rewiring of your mindset. When the nights are long and the paths are white, use them to rethink what you once believed. Pause and remember times when you overcame hardship before. Perhaps you weathered a surprise blizzard of life, a layoff, a heartbreak, an injury. When the dust settled on those moments, you likely discovered you were stronger than you knew. Every obstacle carries a seed of transformation. It's up to you to turn toward that seed and nourish it. Right now, your mind might be playing tricks. I'm stuck. I'll never change. This cold will kill my goals. Recognize these as only stories. Stories you once told yourself about what you could not do. Now it's time to retell a new story. Feel the ground beneath the frozen field. Seeds of possibility lie waiting there. Each morning, you can wake up with one new thought. I will turn challenges into chances. Each evening, reflect on one small victory. Today, I did something that supports my stronger self and makes. In this American winter, every setback is also a setup. Think of a fallen tree across a snow-packed trail. At first, it blocks your way, but then you notice a higher branch above. Climbing that branch builds your strength and perspective. You have the grit of pioneers who built railroads through snowstorms. You carry the creativity of farmers who turned frozen fields into spring bounty. Each day you will rewrite the narrative. Storm becomes training. Dark hour becomes opportunity. Let the hardship of December and January become your crucible. Like metal tempered in fire, you will emerge stronger. When doubt creeps in at 2 a.m., remember, even steel workers begin well before sunrise to craft iron into tools. You have that same American steel inside you. If fear tries to freeze you, let gratitude melt it. Remember the warmth of a morning coffee after a pre-dawn workout, or the pride of doing one more push-up. Each small wind whispers that this snow cannot swallow you. By the end of these 90 days, you'll gather evidence of your own strength, a trophy case of habits, and a journal filled with triumphs. Keep in mind that consistency beats perfection. Every day you show up, no matter how small the action, you move forward. When winter finally gives way to spring, you'll look back at the thawing ground and see a story of courage written in every flake of snow you've conquered. Now that your mind is awake, it's time to rebuild your body with a plan as honest and resourceful as the founding pioneers. No fancy machines or gym memberships, just your own 2 feet planted firmly on home ground. We break this 12-week journey into 3 phases, each 4 weeks long, each with a name to match our spirit. These names will help you visualize progress and stay motivated. In weeks 1 to 4, Homestead Foundations, you set the groundwork. Imagine a carpenter raising the frame of a house plank by plank. Every squat is like planting a sturdy stake in the land. Every push-up is like hoisting timber upward. We give these moves new names to keep the spirit alive. For instance, a front porch push is a controlled push-up on your knees or against a wall, teaching you the pressing motion with control. A barnyard squat means a basic squat. Pretend you sit gently on a bale of hay for a second and then stand. A prairie plank can be a wide stance core hold, as if you're guarding the end. Each workout in this phase lasts 20 to 30 minutes, done 3 or 4 times a week. Start with 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps of each move. For example, day 1 could be 3 sets of 10 front porch push-ups, 3 sets of 15 barnyard squats, and 3 30-second prairie planks. Rest 1 to 2 minutes between sets. In week 2, add a set or a few more reps if it feels too easy. By doing this, you'll quickly remember that building power is your goal, not enduring needless pain. Within a few weeks, you'll feel your body solidify, core and legs stabilizing, shoulders strengthening, as if you've been quietly raising a cabin with each session. Your workouts now stretch to about 30 to 40 minutes. Keep it simple, 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps per exercise. For example, a midweek routine might be 4 sets of 12 trailblazer push-ups, 4 sets of 15 mountainside squats, 3 sets of 12 pioneer strides on each leg, and 3 sets of 20-second plank holds. Notice how your home becomes your gym. A staircase is your weight bench, a wall your partner, and each breath your guide. Even small efforts multiply. Research shows that doing just 16 minutes of squats and lunges spread through a day significantly improves leg strength and balance within weeks. Every rep you do is an investment. These consistent mini workouts add up to big gains. If you ever feel stuck, recall how settlers overcame mountains, 1 step at a time, always forward. Treat each workout like that step. Do it first thing before the cold day distracts you, and then go about your day knowing you've already earned a badge of diligence. Finally, weeks 9 to 12 is Summit Triumph. This is where it all comes together and you test your limits. Your body has been logging strength behind the scenes. Now is peak season. Workouts will combine exercises into sequences, pushing both body and mind. For example, try a sequence we'll call the Beacon Burst. Hold a plank for 30 seconds, then immediately do 10 jumping jacks in place, simulating running across snowy fields to light a distant beacon. Or the Declaration Press, where you grind out 15 full push-ups, followed immediately by 15 mountain climbers, stamping your declaration of strength into the ice. You may also add a burpee or 2, knowing you have the foundation to handle it now. Weave rest and recovery into this schedule too. Imagine a blizzard. Even pioneers pause their work to repair and plan. On rest days, stretch gently, take a brisk walk through the snowy outdoors if you can, or simply roll out your muscles. These are still part of the process. Each active day, let your heart's pounding be a constant reminder of life and progress running through you. Always remember, consistency beats perfection. Even if you only squeeze in 1 really solid set when you feel tired, that 1 set is planting seeds of strength. Science agrees. Even a brief set of challenging exercise can boost your strength and endurance. Let each rep be a brick in the foundation of your new body. By the end of week 12, stand in front of the mirror. Your arms, chest, legs, they will tell the story of a winter well spent. More importantly, You'll carry it in how you hold yourself, upright, confident, unafraid of any storm. You'll carry the quiet satisfaction that you've climbed your own mountain. Each step of this homegrown plan is tied to who we are as Americans, inventive, hardworking, and unfazed by cold. This is your body, your land. Treat it like the territory you cultivate with pride. The strength you gain isn't just physical. It's proof that you can do hard things. Right now, you're forging yourself into your strongest version yet. The cold may bite, but hunger needs warmth. Now it's time to feed the fire. Winter eating isn't about punishment or crash diets. It's about fueling your engine. Think of your body as a classic American muscle car on a snowy road. You wouldn't fuel it with cheap gas, so don't fuel yourself with empty calories. You need premium fuel, hearty, nourishing foods that power every rep and stoke your will. Let's reframe winter meals with a fuel, not punishment mindset. Think of these as kindling, a handful of berries in the morning, or a carrot and broccoli stir-fry at night keeps the mood alight. Whole grains and beans make the fire last longer. They release steady energy instead of crashing like cheap wood. So a hearty stew with beans, lentils, or barley is not a punishment. It's a long burning torch. Beware of feeding winter's hunger with sugar and junk alone. A candy bar or soda might give a quick spark, but then the engine sputters. Researchers note that too much sugar can slow your brain and crash your mood. Instead of empty treats, try classic American comfort foods done smart. A bowl of chili with beans, veggies, and lean beef or turkey. A warm bowl of oatmeal with nuts and cinnamon, or a slice of whole grain toast with peanut butter. These still warm you like comfort food, but also keep your system running clean and strong. Even a piece of dark chocolate becomes a treat. It's sweet, but also full of antioxidants, lighting your furnace with joy instead of a guilt trip. For a simple strategy, start each meal with a protein or veggie. Picture filling up on a big salad, soup, or veggie side first. You'll naturally eat fewer empty carbs. In the afternoon, think warm tea instead of soda. It hydrates and soothes. On grocery day, channel your inner pioneer and stock the pantry. Whole grain pastas, brown rice, cans of beans, nuts, oats. These are your survival kit against winter cravings. Give yourself permission to enjoy food. Celebrate the home-style fact. America's heart is in its kitchen. A hearty winter soup or homemade stew doesn't punish you, it honors you. In fact, everyday favorites like chili or turkey sandwiches become part of your strategy. Each bite is fuel. Remember, this is sustainable. No all or nothing. If you crave a slice of apple pie on a Sunday, have it and savor it. But do so mindfully. Balance is key. You are not eating to restrict your worth. You are eating to build your worth. With each meal, your body builds its fire from within. When you sit at the table in January, ask yourself, is this food giving me energy or holding me back? Then choose the fuel. By spring, you'll not only feel lighter in spirit, but literally lighter in body as muscle grows and any extra weight fades. This winter, let every meal be an act of American ingenuity, making the most of what you have. You'll feed the fire, not dampen it, and your body and your mindset will thank you for it. This program's backbone is routine, daily habits forged into steel over 90 days. Picture the famous American grit scale. Relentless consistency is what makes heroes and history. Each morning, each meal, each bedtime becomes part of your system. Start at dawn like a pioneering farmer. When your feet hit the floor, that's your first bell. The first thing you do each morning can be your ritual of awakening. It might be drinking a full glass of water to jumpstart the engine, or writing down one thing you're grateful for before coffee. By tying a positive action to sunrise or your first alarm, you cue your brain that now is the time for action. In fact, subtle cues in your space can nudge you. Leave a water bottle on your desk or your running shoes by the door, and the brain will move. These small signals transform your environment into a silent coach. Through the day, build in small American traditions. At breakfast, do a 2-minute stretch as homage to that morning brew. At lunchtime, take a brisk 10-minute walk. It's your personal tour of melting snow. After work, do a short bodyweight set while dinner cooks, as if preparing for a frontier dinner rush. Turn the mundane into ritual. One friend of mine did 5 push-ups before every shower, her own private pledge of strength. These tiny, consistent acts add grit to your muscle. Evening routines are powerful too. Set a hard cutoff 30 minutes before bed for screens and switch to calm. Reflect on the day as though writing in a journal. Many Americans use Sunday evenings to plan the week ahead. You can use any evening. Write tomorrow's to-do list. Jot your progress or plot an adventure. And when you close your eyes, do a few deep breaths of gratitude, sealing the day's habits into memory. Consider a real-life example. A U.S. Navy captain who turned washing dishes into core planks, or a banker who recited positive affirmations while making coffee. These people applied American creativity to ordinary moments. You can do the same. Turn TV time into wall plank time. March in place while brushing teeth. These are your daily rewards. Set out your armor each night. Clothes to work out in, a notebook for ideas, and a clean water bottle at arm's reach. Make it as automatic as locking your front door. Simply done, never forgotten. Over time, these cues fuse with action. Your body learns that sunrise equals stretching. That's neuroscience tells us nearly half of our daily actions run on autopilot L. Use that in your favor. If you surround yourself with cues for your goals, you hijack that autopilot. Place a motivational quote on your bathroom mirror or a calendar checkoff on the wall. Check off each day as you complete your habit. Each tick is another link in the chain. Remember, it's the stick-to-it toughness that counts. Psychology teaches us willpower alone won't carry you. What counts is showing up day after day. You don't need perfect workouts every day. Even a 5-minute stretch or taking the stairs over the elevator is strengthening your resolve. Over these 90 days, those small drops of effort become rivers of change. 3 months of winter have passed, and spring is undeniable. The ice finally cracks and melting streams run through meadows. You step outside and notice something profound. The path you walk is now soft earth, but your legs are stronger than they've ever been. In the early morning light, you catch your reflection in a puddle. It's not just spring that's awakened, it's you. Remember those first snowy days when every movement felt heavy and cold. Now compare it. Maybe your old coat fits more loosely, or you take stairs 2 at a time without a second thought. Maybe you hold a journal entry from December and today's entry side by side. You smile reading your own words about determination. These are proofs, quiet trophies of progress. Your body will hold its spring renewal in leaner muscles and steadier core. Your mind will hold it in calmer confidence and the realization that you overcame the hardest season.